So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. Oh my gosh, this is a fantastic day or what? I finished Fargo last night. Amazing. So yeah, please do. Come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. It's a beautiful Saturday. We've got nothing to do but the crossword, to hang out and get errands run. And that's just fine by me. But like I said yesterday, after I had learned to aerate this Bordeaux, I decided I was going to make the crab cakes. Like I really wanted yesterday. Like I was trying it. I was like, oh, this would be great with some beef or something like that. But maybe crab cakes would be good. And so I was just dying to find that out. Had them on my mind all night long. Crab cakes. So I went over, got some lump crab today, and I made the crab cakes and I put it down. I was just on my menu. So I'm going to have this. I'm going to have this for dinner. Maybe do some deviled eggs or something like that with it. But then, as I was leaving the mall area and walking back to the flat, I passed the little German Turkish cafe where they were serving like some German cuisine and some Turkish cuisine. And one lady had a tangine pot on her table and she was having Turkish eggs in there. And I thought to myself, if I were to make Turkish eggs, I could do it with meatballs and shrimp. You gotta have the crab cake in the center, right on top of the yogurt sauce, right? I can whip this stuff up. I can use some ghee and some red chili peppers and kind of make a clarified pepper sauce or pepper butter sauce to kind of drizzle over it. And so that was the plan. And it was the best surf and turf I had ever had. And the aerated wine, this Baron Philipp Rothschild, could not have been a better choice for it. I would dare say that this one might even go well with some spicy foods. I mean, the Turkish eggs were a little spicy, but not a lot. I mean, I'm from Texas, so it's kind of hard to make me feel spice pain. But I can tell you, this is an absolutely great wine. And for around 10 euros, you can't really beat it. I'm not sure what it would run in the States. I would hope it's about the same, but I think wines are generally more expensive there. But anywhere else around the world, if you get your hands on this, just remember, run it through the aerator or decant it. Let it get some air. Let it breathe before you bring it on. Perfect. It's just perfect. Something tells me I'm going to finish that whole bottle tonight. And I've got a couple of them, so maybe two. All right, so let's go ahead and chop in our grid here. We've got, so Sam Ezersky is going to go ahead and edit today, or construct today. But as always, fantastic to see Mr. Shorts back. I love saying this right here, edited by Will Shorts. What a fantastic group of syllables to come out of one's mouth. So glad to see him back. Okay, well, let's hop into our grid, see what we got. My name is Christopher, and I'm delighted that you are here to solve this grid with me. So, home in the country. I have no idea. 9 letters. So, holder of the longest winning streak in NC2A men's basketball history. I really wish I knew who that sportscaster was. I used to say that. NC2A. I mean, I'm doing a pretty good impression of him. I just don't remember his name. And I think that's UCLA. In fact, I'm almost positive, but I say that with one caveat. If I'm wrong, please don't make fun of me. But high piled style. When I think piled, I think carpet. Shopping meccas of old. Those would be, well, the shopping mecca was the Agora. But shopping meccas, so Agoras, Agore, my gut is that it's going to be Agore, but I don't know. So if it's an E or an S, we'll find that out. So I just don't want to, I'll forget about it and then it might mess up the thing. I have no idea. So, okay, so high pile. Oh, shag. I just said carpet. Come on, Christopher, what's wrong with you? Popular red Halloween costume. Oh my, yes, Elmo. So this last Halloween, these little German kids are coming around. I mean, I would leave my little light on. I have a little LED light that I could leave on the little table outside next to, we've got a statue of Betty Boop out there by the front door in the hall. And all these kids, they saw that, I'd be giving candy. So I was just, they ring the doorbell and I go out there, and then they would hear they wearing their little red Elmo outfits, right? And it's so cute to hear them talking like Elmo. They're trying to do the high voice, like, "Hi, I'm Elmo." But instead it was like, "Hallo, ich bin Elmo." And so it's just the cutest thing. But yes, they were rather popular, even here in Europe, that's for sure. Home in the country. You might get the question mark. Oh, I see. Do you see it? If you see it, and you saw it as I saw it, let me know. I think this is a U.S. embassy. But I gotta have to spell it correctly. All right. Ochlocracy by another name, and I do believe that is mob rule. And Hit Entertainment Org in Vegas, question mark. Must be that MMA group, the UFC. Take care, be safe. Ancient figure called the Huitlatlaani by his subjects, and those were the Aztecs. But what? Shaker's founder? It was mother or sister Ann Lee, I can't remember. So that's an E. I'm going to go with Emperor. When I was a kid, I could never figure out how to spell it. So finally, I just decided to say Emperor, like Wednesday. I still say Wednesday. I don't know. Language spoken in northern New York. Ugh. Let's see. Hesitant response to, is that you? Tiny swine could be a shoat. Okay, that's what I needed. I was hoping this was an O, and it might be. But I don't know for sure. So, but I hope this is a Mohawk language, because I think that's really cool. Room for a meal, perhaps. Well, we always had to eat in the dining hall. So that was fun. Totally didn't see that one coming. Sarcastically, Kickstarter activity, probably crowdfunding. Let's do a quick check. Development area. I love it. Very nice, very cute. We got NWA making it in today. Like some country singers' voices, it definitely could be twangy. I better be watching what I'm typing in here. I don't want to get in and find out I got to go back and search for something that I fat-fingered. Fudge substitute. Oh, I don't know. Babe in the woods, probably a bear cub. We just had a polar bear cub in the mini today. Fudge substitute. How about darn it? I don't know. Not a chance. Okay. That sounds like something Shotzi would tell me on a regular basis. Cook's offering with chips, question mark. So I think we're talking about Tim Cook, and maybe you're talking about an iMac. I'm using, among the computers on my desk, they're all Macintosh, but the primary one is an iMac. It's brand new. Shotzi bought it for me for Christmas in September. But yeah, designation for some apartments. Oh, this is kind of sad. I hate to deal with that. Jokester could be a wag. But yeah, I don't have the Intel chip in mind. I have a Mac Mini over here that's got an Intel chip in it, but this one's got the Apple chip. Let's see. Many a charity run is a 10K. And creature whose name means forest person. So I guess this is an orangutan. And then spelling seen in credits. Tori. I have not seen her name in a long time. Something, not really a whole lot since 90210. And honestly, I never even watched that. All I knew there was somebody named Dylan in it. It was like my sister's generation. I mean, she's also Generation X, but she's right on the cusp. She was born in 79. And so Tiffany, I think she kind of probably, it's kind of half and half on whether she really feels like she identifies with Gen X or with the millennial group. But I've heard her say it could be either way. But regardless, yeah, but I never watched that. I didn't watch crap in the 90s except for Twin Peaks, The News, and Northern Exposure. I like that. and reruns of MASH and Cheers. So instead of refuse to eat, I think we got a refuse to eat. So we're talking about slop and get carried along, maybe piggyback. Very nice. Truly awful. Word with round or power. Trip, I bet. Simon of Shaun of the Dead, and I do believe that's Peg. Some more crossword ease to help me through this. Perfect over time could be to hone. Vacuous. I don't use this word near enough. I have to. Inanna. What are we doing here, Christopher? Please pay attention. We don't want to have to find where you fat-fingered something. Holy oleo speaker would be Robin. I remember I saw one time when I was a kid, it was in Syndicate, was Batman and Robin, with Adam West and whoever played Robin, and they were hauling butt over trying to speed up and catch the Joker or somebody, and they parked in front of City Hall in the Batmobile in the middle of a hot chase, and it's like, holy meter mates, Batman. Why are you feeding the meter? We got to catch the Joker or whatever. And he's just like, Robin, it's our civic duty to always make sure that it was just fabulous. So how can you not know this, Robin? Head shop purchase nowadays. Portmanteau, term for airplane fuel. And yes, that's called avgas. I never even considered it as a portmanteau, but it certainly is, isn't it? So I guess we're talking about a vape purchase here. Traffic figure in brief could be a narco. Back off. But what is this? Oh, okay, good. NPR. Iconic bit of media merch. I tell you, when you see three vowels or three consonants together like that, you're like, what did I do wrong? So I guess it's the NPR tote bag. I've got a few of them, and I'll be honest with you, I've also got the New Yorker tote bags. They're very popular here in Germany. People see them, and they're very, very jealous of them. Just done with something so over it. Okay, well, good for you. Oath, activity, could be vowing. So truly awful is the worst. I guess that could have been guessed. Un animal de zodiaco, and that would be el toro. Premium service with discounts on rides. I guess that's Uber One. We have Uber in Germany, but not here where I live. You've got to go to Munich, Berlin, Frankfurt, that kind of thing to use it. Supports could be upholds. Okay, so fine. A hesitant response to is that you. Oh, hi. Was trying to avoid acting like I knew you. Okay. So Mohawk upholds behalf. All right, let's go see if we can clean this up. Name combining with L, egg, or Engel. So the last one gave it away, Engelbert. Very German stuff, right? That made its way through France and on to England. Very nice stuff. Recording initials. Okay, let's just start over here a little bit slow. Let's see. Essences could be gists. Or to put it in a more academically refined manner, the gravamen. I don't know. Writer of 1929's Letters from a Father to His Daughter While in Prison, and that would be Nehru. I want one of those jackets so bad. I had one when I was a kid. I'd give anything to have a Nehru coat. Oh, I just want a Nehru coat so bad. So I guess we got VHS here. What goes around in the Pacific? And I think we're looking for a lay here, which is pretty funny. Totally didn't see that one coming. Sarcastically, maybe shocking. Red container, maybe. Music stand. Blank Huang, who's fresh off the boat memoir, was turned into an ABC sitcom. I think that's Eddie, not Addie, Eddie. And things sent from some online accounts. Oh, good God. Rage. Music stand. I guess that could be a CD rack. Informal suggestions. Be Rex, I guess. David Stern's successor at the NBA is Adam Silver. And I guess a red container could be a cask, and that's also very clever. All right, Sam. Very clever grid today. I'm loving it very much. I love it a lot. Collapse with over could be to keel. L or M, but not N or O. And I see what you did there. That's a size maybe, but by not putting the M or L, right? Because I get it. So a rage could be a craze. And I guess these are E-checks. I've never heard of some such thing, but sauce named after a steward to Louis the 14th, and that would be bechamel. Bechamel is my favorite among the 5 mother sauces. And it was like, to me, it's like the thing that you have to know to consider yourself capable of being a chef, right? Of being a good cook. Just a couple of things. You really got to be able to do French cheesy eggs. You got to be able to make a French omelet, and you got to be able to, poach an egg. And the white's got to be, firm, and the yolk's got to be runny. And I really worked on all this stuff for the longest time. Well, I got to be honest with you. When I switched to like a zero carb diet, 7 years ago, it seems, about 7 years ago, then OMAD now about 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago. For a long time, I've been eating one meal a day. Wow, no, we're going into my 5th year here on that. But I had to relearn how to make the 5 mother sauces, Escoffier's version, right? There was originally 3, but there's a big history in it all. But I had to relearn to make them, but without the sugars or without the roux. And you know what? There's a lot of excellent ways to do that. So join the team, all right? So I think we're talking about yoking them up. Yolks on you. So alternative to a chopper or a shank, and that'd be lamb steak, I think. She came to me, and maker of the 994, 939, that would be a sob. So, sure enough, we did it. Did it again. Where do we go wrong? U.S. Embassy, cask, lamb steak, craze, bechamel, and lace shopping vape, mohawk, so override, darn it, Robin, low income, Cub. Good Lord. The fat fingers, you just can't do much about them when it happens, right? It's just like getting a runny nose on a first date. There's nothing you can do about it except not to date during the winter time. I can't help it with these mitts if I'm trying to get through something and try to have some fun with it. And, it's just one of those things that just happens. But you know what? You got to laugh it off and move on. I still say that 14, 18, I think it's pretty respective of the fact that, it was a clever grid. There were some things in here that would have been very difficult to just guess at. You really had to find something that you knew in order to make it grow, and that makes it really a fantastic puzzle. I really enjoyed it, to be quite honest with you. And so, with that said, fantastic job, Sam Ezersky. I absolutely loved it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this grid. In fact, it's among the finest Saturdays I've seen in a long time. So, very well done. Cin-Cin. All right, so out with the old, in with the new. It has been a real pleasure. So watching Fargo last night and seeing something that I should have seen a long time ago, but I didn't because I was being hard-headed. And for some reason, the accents kind of grated on me. And I don't know. It was a mess. But 29 years later, I watched it, and I was absolutely floored by it. It was a fabulous movie. So dark, so funny. The symbolism was just so incredible in it. I just couldn't believe every step of the way. It was absolutely entertaining. It was marvelously funny, and it was darkly, darkly comic. And it really is a Coen Brothers treasure, and I feel rather ashamed, if not just outright. I blush to say that I didn't watch it. The first time I attempted to watch it, I couldn't do it. So it's just something about the don't you know? Well, I started doing some soul searching over that. It's not that people with a northern Midwestern accent bother me. It's not that at all. It's just I remembered that I had a terrible, terrible boss as a teenager for about 1.5 years who had that exact same voice, sounded just like the police chief, and that's what killed me. So that said, be that as it may, I shouldn't have let that bias cloud my judgment when it came to a Coen Brothers movie, so I stand corrected. But as always, thank you so very much for liking and subscribing, for hanging out here with me on the channel, solving these things with me, and being part of this community. It means the world to me like you'll never know. So until we see you tomorrow, for the ginormous Sunday grid and the mini, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Tschüss, servus, grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin. Be good to yourselves. Be great to your friends and neighbors, but be especially phenomenal to the person behind you in line. Take care out there. Be well.